Adam Zundel from the Mountain East Conference here with Michiko Smith from Notre Dame College. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Well, let's go ahead and talk about how a girl from Hawaii ends up in South Euclid, Ohio.
It all started I really wanted to live in a different area, and new places really gives me excitement about like the sights and the scenes and meeting new people, and it does give me a chance to have my own independence. And I did have a lot of support from my family to leave and be adventurous, and my family was definitely comfortable with me um, being at NEC.
What about now that are towards the end of this experience? Are you looking to maybe go back, or are you looking for the next adventure in a different place?
Definitely next adventure. I'm planning on moving to Arizona to pursue my dream of going pro.
All right, so you've already got that lined up, and the weather probably aligns more with what you're used to Hawaii than in Ohio. How often are you able to get back?
Only Christmas and during the summer.
Are your parents? How many trips have your parents made to Notre Dame, if any?
Zero actually.
How tough is that for them to send off a daughter to a place they've never seen or been before?
My aunt did come with me when I first moved in, so um, everybody's comfortable because I've been pretty independent. So they weren't afraid or anything.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about some golf now. Third year in the Mountain East Conference. The first year you guys were runner up and had the lead after a couple of days. Last year you break through. Tell me a little bit about winning that team championship last year and what that meant.
It was a very exciting moment for my team and I. I think we represented our school very well with great attitudes and great mindsets. Our coach definitely prepared us by targeting our weaknesses during preparation, and she did start a new thing of the growth mindset. And I think all of us were training for the same goal, which made it easier to like feed off each other with hard work. And we definitely focused on each aspect of our game for that moment.
It's been an interesting, having been down there for the last couple of years, it's been an interesting dynamic between you all and Wheeling Jesuit. A lot of respect, a lot of good relationships there. Tell me a little bit about, the dynamic of that, because it's easy to go out there and try and beat somebody that you don't like very much, but you guys have such a healthy respect that I'm sure you still want to win, but tell me a little bit about that dynamic.
Personally, with Casey, I think she's really helped me with my own game, finding my own game. I've learned many things from her over the years, and of course, there's that rivalry. But I think we're friends first, which makes it much easier to play with a great friend. And I think that me and Casey do share the same like love and passion for the game, and that's why we. There's no surprise that we become such close friends. And also, she's an all-around great person and a great competitor.
So, a little bit about, your coach. She's now also taken over the men's program. Has that impacted your group at all?
No, it actually just gives us more energy with the guys because we're trying to keep up with the guys now. We get to practice with them, and it's just good energy all around the team, which is awesome because now it's a bigger group and more people to hang out with and like different games out there.
Then it should be a pretty exciting time as the men's and women's championship will be in one venue this year. Are you looking forward to that kind of interesting dynamic this year?
Oh yeah, of course. I think that both of our men's and women's team get along very well, and so it just kind of brings that much more energy toward our game and just great time.
All right, as a player, tell me a little bit about how your game has grown over the last 4 years and where it maybe still needs to go as you maybe head to Arizona and pursue that dream.
um, so I really have not really goals, but I have commitments that I make to myself to lead me toward that success as a person and as a teammate. I do practice a lot. How I play, like practice how I play. Nothing like so yeah, I feel comfortable on the course. Keeping a great attitude and making sure that I have great energy around my teammates and good communication and interaction with my coach makes it much easier for me to like just get down and do my work and everything. and just simply loving the game, I think, is very important to like go above and beyond.
It's an interesting way to phrase goals and say commitments. Can you share with us some of the? I mean, are they something that you've written down that I'm going to do this, that, and the other, rather than
Yeah, every practice, I do write what I want to focus on. So like at the end of the day, I can check it off. So like I know that I'm growing as a person and as a team, like as a teammate and everything like that. Um, Goals are just things that I think because we're doing this train to be clutch mindset thing that we've been going through, working on our mental games and everything like that. But goals are more like something that you can't really. A lot of people write them, but they can't actually reach them. So when you make the commitment, you can reach that every single day, and that's how people grow as um, for themselves and as a player. So
Yeah, I like that approach. That's I have not heard anything like that. What about this? You've alluded to it a couple of times. This mental mindset, this in the clutch stuff. Anything you can share with us about that process?
yeah, it's very a dedicated program. We definitely work on our mental game. Visualizing is a big part of it. Definitely visualizing your best performance every single time. So we make these cards every single practice and every single game that say is like what's our self-talk, like what do we say to ourselves when we play and how we practice, because we want to talk to ourselves, we don't want to listen to ourselves. Also we write down like what we can control. We control like being prepared, having a great attitude, things like that, and things that we can't control. It's like not thinking about those things, but the things that we can't control. And also just like writing down like also what's your best performance, like what is your also performance like level, so like a number, like nothing too high energy, nothing too low energy, make sure you maintain that energy like throughout the round, which really helps because sometimes you look at that card and you're like thinking of your self-talk and you're thinking about your attitude and everything like that, which definitely helps. um, yeah, and coach is really the person that made this happen because we wouldn't have thought about it before. Like our first year coming into the MEC tournament, we had no control over our mental games. I think coach definitely was like, we need to work on this, and that's what made it the difference coming in the next year.
So no Earl Woods jingling the change in your pocket while the tiger tries to putt and stuff like that. Not that kind of mental training, right?
No,
As golfers can be a superstitious bunch. Do you have any superstitions that you partake in?
no, no. I really just try to get out there and play my own game and just roll with it.
All right. So tell me a little bit about personally wise. What's your favorite method of social media? Are you on social media a lot?
Yeah, I think I do a lot of tweeting for like sports and events that I do. That's a good one. But I do Instagram with like photos of home and here and my friends, just the usual.
What's your favorite sport
My favorite sport is golf.
outside of golf? Outside of golf, that we'll
Outside
give
of
that.
golf,
Yeah, come on, that's a given.
my favorite sport to watch or to do.
Well, if you're to tweet about,
Oh, tweet about. I like like my home like sports like at my high school. That's what I would tweet about. Like any sport back in my high school is what I would tweet about,
have
like
you?
football and canoe paddling, things like that.
That's an interesting sport. Have you adopted any of the Cleveland sports scene in terms of the Browns and the Indians and things like that?
I have seen an Indians game. I have seen a Cleveland's basketball game, Cavs, but none of the Browns yet.
So, being around there and some of your teammates, are they're big? I'm assuming big
Yeah,
Ohio sports fans.
definitely my roommates, and they all love the Cleveland, like the Cavs mostly, like basketball. Not so much football, but definitely the Cavs.
All right, well let's wrap this up by talking about the championship that's going to be coming around in a couple of weeks. How are your all preparations coming? The tournaments that you've played so far. How do you feel like the season's going in leading up to that championship?
I think each tournament was it's just a way to like get better. Definitely just having that same environment of
How great was it to bring that trophy back to campus? And when you talk about all these visualizations and all these moments, you have the opportunity to recall that rather than imagine it. You have the opportunity to recall those. How much pride did you all have in bringing that trophy back to campus?
I think it was very a very proud moment because it was our team and our program is such a like growing team, and so to happen in 3 years was amazing. And I think that golf has never even come close to that in the women's at NBC. So it was very proud. Like I've never had such a great experience. Like getting that trophy, getting the ring, my teammates just all there, and my coach and everybody supporting me back home. And I did have family come out, which was really nice. And a bunch of my teammates' families came out. So it was just awesome. It was awesome.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you play in a couple of weeks, and thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it.
No, thank you. Bye.
Bye.